Welcome back to Creative Collection NYC. We're here with Char, the advocate for men, your special coach, life coach. Shout outs to the sponsors. Part two. Let's get it.
All right. Yeah, so all right, so we're gonna jump back into it.
Let's do it.
Here's Creative Collection. All right, so I want to ask you, what do you think are some of the keys to a long-lasting relationship?
Always look at yourself first. Always look at yourself first. Never think that you can just point the finger at your partner. Always look at yourself first. Forgiveness. Always forgive. Don't go to sleep mad. Don't go to sleep upset. Um, Empathy. Look at it from their perspective. Put yourself in their shoes. Patience. You got to have patience. Growing a bond and a relationship and growing old with somebody takes work. It takes work, it takes patience and understanding. Get some understanding, and all the get understanding, right? So learn how to understand your partner. Learn, and this is a huge one. Be attentive. Be attentive to your partner. Be so attentive that you're already 10 steps ahead of them. What it is that they need, you're already providing that before it even happens, right? Cater to your person every day, no matter what that looks like, whether it's fixing their plate, whether it's sending them something to work, whether it's getting their favorite case of water and sending it, just, whatever that is, whatever that looks like, be attentive, be patient, have empathy, look at yourself first. And try not to ever raise your voice and talk in certain tones, because sometimes just even speaking to your person in certain tones will be a turnoff and will have them leave because, as we talked about previously, like we've all gone through things, and sometimes when you talk to your partner in certain tones, it's a turnoff to them, and it really damages them because words of affirmation might be their love language. So if you're yelling at them and you're talking to them in certain tones, it's going to be more detrimental than if you would have physically hit them, right? So
Yes, that's true because like frequencies, tones, sounds are powerful, right? Our
yes,
words are powerful. So it's definitely how you say it, not what you say. Because I can be like, hey, sweetie, you can do this a little better, right? Or I can be like, you know what? You can do this a lot better. Right? So which one is more, more welcoming, more enduring, more gravitating? Which one would you prefer? So it's definitely important. I definitely have survived some abusive relationships due to that, my tone. Thinking that I can get over on my voice, my little voice. So I would have to put some bass in my tone to get heard, right? So I would have to yell. Like I come from a background of broken home, right? And we talk to each other by yelling. And sometimes I have to be the bigger person, like, you know what? Can you bring it down a notch so we can hear each other properly? So I'm
yeah. I
very,
love that. And also I like what Squeaky said earlier, operate out of love. So that pertains to the relationships as well. Operate out of love and care and focus so much on them to where you could actually see them, right? But also stop telling everybody about your relationship. Stop it. Stop going to social media, posting subliminals about your person, like everybody, like the whole world don't know what you're talking about. Stop it. Stop telling Mama Lou and Susie, like stop telling your friends. Leave your relationship within your relationship. If you need to seek help, then you get a counselor or a third party that does not know you to. Stop telling everybody your business.
and a lot of people are afraid of therapy.
Yes.
Some people feel like, oh, therapy is only for people that have problems, right? And so those are the people who are the problem because
Mm.
they may poke fun at you because you decide to check yourself into some therapy for yourself. And and hopefully for that person, but you're doing it for yourself and you get picked at, laughed at, and made fun of, or you just become what do you call the party pooper because I want to do better for myself. So now people feel like, oh, I'm better than I'm demure, I'm too demure, I want to be fancy. It's like, no, I want to get my life together. I want to do better for myself so I can be a better friend or a wife or a business partner, business, period. Right. So I
Mhm.
think people need to allow people to however you got to process your own uh your own life, your life path. If you got to do therapy, please do it. Don't be afraid to do it. And you shouldn't even be telling people your business. Oh, I'm in therapy. But people don't got to know you're in therapy to know that see a change in you. You don't have to broadcast what you're doing, your remedies. Sometimes you need to keep it. Silence is golden.
Yeah. Yeah.
Silence is golden.
And even just to piggyback off of that, a lot of times what happens is us as a people, right? How did we grow up? 9 times out of 10, we grew up in a household where they said kids are supposed to be seen and not heard. Kids are supposed to be spoken when spoken to. And so what happens is you have this detriment of being a child and not being able to express yourself. But then as you become an adolescent and as you grow into adulthood, then you're supposed to stick up for yourself and stand up for yourself and speak your mind, when in reality, your environment as a child has taught you to shut up.
That's definitely true. That's definitely true.
A lot of us are our inner childs are still in the corner waiting for someone to come hug them or come save them. And a lot of our inner childs are still hurting and have not been fully healed, which is a big part of doing shadow work and, like you said, just doing some self-work before trying to get together with other people, So definitely heal your inner child. Find ways to do breath work, get into nature, pray, meditate, whatever you got to do, just do it. A lot of people procrastinate. Oh, I don't know how to do it. I don't know. I don't have the resources. So much resources. This is a digital era. There's no excuses at this point.
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got everything at your fingertips now.
Right, absolutely. And then let me just say that, and that's part of the reason why I wrote this book right here. This is one of my first books, and it's called Masks: Why We Wear Them and the Effects They Have on Our Day-to-Day Lives. And it talks about childhood trauma. It talks about parental heartache. It talks about forgiving yourself. It talks about mental wellness and things of that nature. And so it's a self-therapy journal. So there's pages in here, and then you can write in there as well. And it's like you have to be able to dig out your own stuff from that child. Because listen, whether it was this big, whether it seemed like it was this big or this big to us, the stuff that we went through, we were still children. And so it took certain things in order for us to process. And some of us have not processed our childhood.
Wow, that's amazing. Is that book on Amazon?
It is.
On an online website?
Yep, it's on
Okay.
Amazon. It'll be back up on the website. The website is getting revamped, but it is on Amazon.
All right, I'll put all of that information, later on in the episode, so everybody could find where to get that. A lot of people are getting into journaling.
Yes.
So that's really good. Congratulations on that.
Boom. So I have a men's and women's journal. This is the women's journal. This is Unmasked, Accepting the Woman Within, and this is Unmasked, Accepting the Man Within. So yeah, I'm very big on self-healing, because that is like one of the number one ways in how I dug myself out of the pit is through journaling.
Wow.
Journaling is definitely, coming from, a kid from New York City that, come from a place where therapy was like, oh, it's not cool and all that, everything like that. And, coming from the place with everybody, where everybody's so proud and everybody's so egotistical, and realizing, how important it is to journal and seeing, because at the end of the day, I forgot how much thoughts we have in a day. I'm not going to take it there with y'all, but we have so many different thoughts a day. We have thousands and thousands of thoughts a day. And it's just like, there's no way you can remember how you're feeling precisely right now at this second. If you record how you're feeling right now, this is one way to start to see how effective whatever work you're doing is in the first place, or how much influences make you feel better or worse. You start to really realize, like, yo, at this day, 2023, I wrote in a journal, and I see that I was feeling like 10 times more terrible than I am right now. That means you've been doing a lot of work on yourself.
Yeah.
You would never know that, though, because feeling bad is just feeling bad. You could still be feeling, you might not be feeling the best right now, but if you look at your journal from 2 years ago,
yeah,
surprised.
like, man, I really came out of something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you remember something still. So you still, but if you don't record it though, and gain the awareness of it, you won't realize like how much better you're doing. You know what I mean? And you be doing a lot better. Like a journal made me realize like, whoa, I'm doing so much better than I was like 2 years ago. Like this is crazy. I wouldn't even know that because I'm going through something else and I'm not appreciating the moment. Wow, I need to work on that now. Like so
yeah. Definitely shout out to all the authors of the self-help books and journals. A lot of people getting into that. So we commend you. We're grateful for you, those who are helping to heal our people, our community, and our generations and our
yeah.
generational traumas. So
Yes.
shout outs to y'all,
A journal
all
book.
of us.
Sounds very interesting, so I'm gonna check it out myself. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
appreciate
we're definitely gonna share it
Yeah.
up here. On the platform, we're gonna share it up here and everything like that because I can hear, I see the passion that you have for it. One, and then I see the creative essence behind it is definitely gonna be there because the journal book is something more impactful because it's gonna inspire you in different ways at the same time while you get to record these feelings and get to add whatever elements you bringing out of the book in it as well. So I already know that sounds great.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
There's one more question left, y'all. So I already asked and all that just now. So, uh,
Hey,
Squeaky, y'all could take over for that.
Shuggy, you want to ask or should I?
You can. Well, let's act it together. We Monroe's here. Let's do it together.
Yeah, take the lead. You know what
All right. Ready,
I mean? Yes, ma'am.
set. 1, 2, 3. What do you think can put the
And to the
people?
bad what is sexist.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. I get asked this question almost every single show that I do.
Let's do
There is how about what would you guys say if I said there is no battle of the sexes? Because
Mm.
there's not. Everybody perceives things in a different manner. Let's just say that, right? And also, society puts certain things out there, and we know that society wants to divide and what conquer, right? So if we continue to make it seem like men and women are against each other, then you're going to have this constant friction in certain circles and certain people's mindsets, right? So that's why I say, like, I'm the #1 female advocate for men, but also a sister to women, because at the end of the day, I'm giving y'all the blueprint, and it's because of divine ordination, right? It's divine order, it's divine wisdom that has come to me. It's experience, it's knowledge, it's know-how. It's about being raised by my great grandparents and being around certain environments, right? It's through certain things that I went through in my marriage and different relationships. So this is the thing. I will always say this. I do not believe that there is a battle of the sexes. I feel like society puts that out there, and certain people that have influence have run with it. And then here we come wanting to help make things better when they have caused all this cancer to come in to cause a wedge in between men and women, if you will. So I don't believe there's a battle of the sexes. I feel like there are certain things that have been done to both sides. And then if we want to talk about us's, like we can go back to the buck breaking and things of that nature, right? We can go back to that where society, okay, the people that rule and rule everything, the government, if you will. So they have pit us against each other. They pit the black man against the black woman. They pit the black woman against the black man. They brought in welfare. They brought in certain tactics, and things happen, right? And so us that are actually thinking for ourselves now, that actually unlearn certain things, we're actually thinking for ourselves now. We see things differently because it's like, okay, like we're not against each other. That's what they want us to do. So how about we lock arms and get back to what we need to do? And that is lift each other up, support each other, and encourage each other. Because as a people, we are loving and caring and supportive overall, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah,
Agreed.
definitely.
Do y'all believe that there's a battle of the sexes? I want to know what y'all think.
I just feel like some people just I don't know. Some people just want to take it there. Like they want to, I feel like on some level, like life is a war. You know what I mean? I kind of accepted that kind of notion more lately because I've been realizing like the more you, not saying that I don't want to relax and enjoy myself like that, but I feel like every time you're not like on point, it's just like something come from from the side to get you. So it's just like I kind of be feeling like life is a war a little bit.
Do you
Not
think
that
that you can control that though?
do I think that I control that? No, because I feel like it's just like it's other people's, it's other people's will power that's causing all of this. You know what I mean? Everybody likes to talk about, the devil and stuff like that, and they like to blame some guy that's in the ground, some eons beyond the ground or whatever. And it's just like it's us doing these things to each other. So I be feeling like, whoever the collective people that wanna put out a certain frequency, a certain energy towards each other, whatever misery it is or misery love company, or wherever it comes from, it's out there and we have to do things to combat it. It's not necessarily about being physical. It's more of a mental thing. It's you battling yourself as well too, because you got to be like, all right, you got to discipline yourself not to do certain things, discipline yourself not to entertain certain things. I don't entertain the battle of the sexes, but I feel like some people need to hear a healthy discussion about the battle of the sexes, so that way we can have like I said earlier, have a better standpoint and a better action plan or what to do about it, rather than attacking each other all day. Let's try something different from whoever was before you did. That's basically just where I'm at with it. But
And
I do feel like it's a battle of the sexes out here. Not for me personally, because I've elevated to another level. I still got a lot of work to do, but I'm nowhere near a battle of the sexes. I'm probably one of the people that would bring two people that are going to war together and have a discussion with them and see, like, where it's coming from specifically for them. I'm more likely to do that. But yeah.
Well, let me be the first to take accountability for feeding into that. It's a theme. That's actually a theme, right? That's what society, I believe society coined that theme, like you said, to play on the woman and the man because it's so popular in music, right? Rap and battles and stuff like that. To put the woman against the man is very popular underground and in underserved communities, like for survival, right? A lot of men become jealous of women, and I mean, I rarely see women that are jealous of men. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like when you become a partner with someone that thinks with a basement mentality like that, to be jealous of a woman and it becomes abusive, right? So I'll say I'll take accountability because I do have a song mixtape on my mixtape that I put a remix, and I put Battle of the Sexes on the song between a male rapper and a female rapper, just to show both of their talents, right? I was feeding into the theme. But I that's all it is for me. But like I said, past relationships, yeah, a lot of men were jealous. In my situation, I'm like, what are you jealous about? How can a man be jealous of a woman unless you want to be a woman?
Well, there's
Like,
a lot of that going on too.
go ahead, Roy. Chime in.
There's
Chime in.
a lot going on too. Now, I want to let you finish your thought because
No, I'm done. I'm done.
uh, I want to ask you, what can we do to start, like, what do you think, like, what's the first steps to, like, start trusting each other again? Just like as men and women. How can we start doing that?
Teach yourself understanding. Teach yourself to understand the other, because what happens is when it comes to stuff like this, like one party may have a certain level of understanding and they might think they're saying things clearly to the other party, but at the end of the day, it's like they're not perceiving it, they're perceiving it a totally different way than what you're saying, right? So I would say understanding, I would say patience, I would say learn yourself, because when you better learn yourself and you better know yourself, you're better able to um get know where the other party's coming from, if you will. So it's tricky. It's tricky. As you know, with trust, that's a huge word, right? And everybody's ears perk up when we talk about trust. But also you have to learn how to trust yourself, because what happens is a lot of times when you don't trust yourself, then you have a hard time trusting other people. And a lot of times, and this also goes back to, digging out that trauma and that drama from childhood, adolescence, from previous partners, because what happens is you've gone through certain things and you've learned to shrink back or barricade yourself or not trust certain people in order to protect yourself. So you got to get past. I don't call it healing. I call it getting past things, because at the end of the day, you can't take away from the person's experience because it still happened to them.
Right. Okay. Here's a golden nugget, right? How can black men protect their image as far as society goes? How can we protect our image? Yeah, that's a better question.
Um, wow, that's a big one.
Yeah,
That's a big one.
we don't.
And and because we don't control society,
Mhm.
I feel like honestly, there's no way to protect your image, because it's not up to you the way other people perceive you and receive you. So how can you protect your image? Like, yes, you could be an upstanding citizen, right? What they call it. But even being an upstanding citizen, you could still get caught up in some BS just because of the way someone else perceives you. So it's, a lot of these things people don't understand, that it doesn't have anything to do with you. It's other people's perception, and you can't control someone else's ideations or analogies or perceptions of you. So as much as you can be an upstanding citizen, operate out of integrity. Look at yourself first. Make sure that you're aware. Like self-awareness. That's a huge one for everybody, for all of us. But be mindful of yourself. Make sure you tell them the truth. Make sure you have your integrity. If people that you're around, men, guys, like if there's people around you that are not for you, you feel like they're against you, like don't keep on going around those people, because at the end of the day, that could be detrimental to you too, because something could trigger you that they say or that they do, and that could be the end of everybody. So self-awareness and knowing that what people think about you and their perception of you, you don't have control over it.
Yeah, I would say create your own. Like we gotta start taking back our narratives and our everything. We gotta restore that back ourselves. We can't allow that society to do it for us.
Right. This is what
We
I'm saying.
can control the narrative. We are actually controlling narratives, just like this podcast or just our independent medias out there. There's a lot of people fighting for this, right?
Yeah.
So that it's happening. The Great Awakening is here, thank God. But it's just like that right there. We are going to protect our Black men. We are
Yeah.
men. Period.
Yes.
We're going to protect the woman, because there's people like Char and other people that are out here power moving like by themselves, independently, nobody attached. So
Yeah.
we just gotta stand in our power, like you said, and take that narrative back. Take our everything back, our land, our
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Period.
Right. Because like I want to get to a point where people can properly identify the difference between a black man and a nigga. They don't know the difference, and that's a big, big problem. So, for example, just because of how I look, or sometimes in certain like areas, how I may dress at times,
Yeah.
people would certain people will perceive me the same as another young man that stands in front of a corner store and has no goals, no job, no nothing, just a bum, pretty much. They don't know the difference. And oftentimes it's very insulting. Very
And it could be damaging to your spirit and your future and your goals, because and depending upon your mentality and your mindset too, because sometimes people, and especially those of us that have discernment, right? So sometimes we can hear people's thoughts. We know what people are thinking, what they're feeling about us, and it's like if we don't have a certain mindset and self-control, like we might pop off at them, right?
right.
So that's another thing too, where it's very imperative for us to be self-aware and have that self-discipline and self-control, because it could go one of two ways in a lot of situations.
Right.
Just gotta have a strong foundation, you gotta be firm in yourself and your creator, honestly, because if God is for you, who can be against you, right? Nobody else thoughts matter, like she said, like, and we gotta get to that, because we've always worried about what other people would think.
Come on.
And it really does not matter unless they're not paying your helping edit this podcast with us, if they ain't helping put food in your mouth or my kids or anything to help benefit us, period, like they cannot be around us. And if they want to pretend, they're gonna keep pretending over there. You know what I'm saying? What they think about how you look, or if you a nigga, if you black, white, Indian, okay, it don't matter. Like that foundation, that's that firm foundation in our creator. Once you get that firm foundation in creator, you're never gonna be worried about what anybody else gotta say.
I agree.
It's just gonna go out the window, you know?
Yeah.
We really gotta tune back into our
Yeah.
not lean into our own understanding. I don't want people to get that twisted.
Yeah.
Don't lean into your own understanding. What I'm saying is get back in tune with yourself. Because all that outside noise and chatter we allow for so long, for 20 years, 30 years, like that gotta stop.
Yeah.
That's gonna
And
come
keep
to a halt.
and guys, keep your confidence on. You know what I mean? Like, don't, if you're around environments, people that are tearing you down, like get away from them, because what happens is, even unbeknownst to you, sometimes subconsciously, it can tear you down and you'll start to shrink back. And we need y'all to rise up. We need y'all. Like, for real, us as women, we need y'all.
Definitely.
The world
We
needs you.
need y'all to protect us for sure. Because we
1000%.
out here alone, you know. And y'all already know what it is. So I
Right.
definitely need my young kings to be right here in front of me and side of me. I need y'all around, period.
Like it gets difficult because it's just like as a community, like I'm gonna speak on the men. It's just like I noticed that a lot of the men are very like reactive and emotional. They're not thinking, they're not using their brain, and everything is, oh, this person's trying to play me, or this person thinks I'm soft. And it's just like that's not always the case. You don't always have to go from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Instead of focusing on how the person is saying it, why don't you pay attention to what exactly is the message behind what this individual is saying?
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
also you have to take into account, like, as far as the psychological effects that betrayal and deception from people around them, like people that they trusted, have on them. So sometimes it will seem like they're acting out of anxiety or paranoia, but rightfully so, because of the stuff that they've been through. So therefore we go back to, like, you know what I mean? Like, we got to dig out our stuff. And it's like, not everybody's for us, not everybody's against us, but listen, I'm gonna walk along my path. I'm gonna keep my integrity. I'm gonna keep my confidence on. I'm gonna keep it trucking, because we can't control what other people do to us 9 times out of 10.
Right.
Yeah, do or say, yeah.
You know what I see, and I believe that makes things like more difficult. Like just like as far as like men, we can't even have a proper conversation. Like the communication is not there. It's always some kind of like deceit. Well, not always, but oftentimes it's always some kind of like deceit, or passive aggressiveness, or like indirect. It's like it's a lot of sass going on. Like it's like men are not really being men, and they're not handling things in a manly fashion, especially in the workplace.
And that goes back to what we were talking about previously, as far as, as little boys, you guys are taught to shut up, suck it up, don't whine, don't cry, don't show emotion. So then they expect you guys to be able to grow into adults and be able to communicate and have self-discipline and self-control, when in reality, what was taught to you was to suck it up, be quiet, shut up. And so you literally have to have the know-how, or have other people around you to teach you how to communicate effectively and properly, and how to have self-discipline and self-control. Because if not, then, and also you have to understand certain environments. You know what I mean? Certain men have seen certain things growing up. And so you have to take all these different things into account, because there's so many different layers and so many different angles in which you guys have things that you have to deal with. And that's the reason why I do what I do, because it's like, we have, like, as women, we have all these outlets. We got Tricky Lake, we got Jenny Jones, we got Sally Jess Raphael, we got magazines, blogs, we got our brothers, mothers, uncles, cousins, and who will listen to us most of the time without judgment. But as men, you guys always constantly have judgment upon judgment upon judgment, and the load is heavy.
Right. Very.
Yeah, I'm gonna speak some positivity right now. I'm gonna say this today. I speak that our men in general, don't matter what color you are, you will come back into your divine masculine. Women, you will come back into your divine femininity. It's gonna happen. The timelines is happening. It's going to happen. You just have to keep on that path. I know everybody's working on themselves right now. I'm just here to tell you, because I'm here, but I'm not still in spiritual realm too. But I'm here to tell you, keep going. It's happening, it's working. All right. Don't give up on yourselves. Men be men. Women be women. Y'all gonna, it's gonna happen. It's gonna get back to where it's supposed to be, you know? So I speak positivity on that, you know, uplifting y'all today on this channel, on this podcast today. And I just thank Char for being here to represent that as well. So this is going to be a powerful episode when it drops in divine timing. We
Right.
always work on divine timing. We allow the creator to let the episodes roll as the times when it's necessary, when it's needed. It's going to always fall at the right time. So just stay in tune and stay on point. Keep going with whatever you're doing, whatever work you're doing on yourself, keep doing it. It's gonna happen. You're gonna see the benefits from that. It may not happen overnight, but it's gonna happen. Gotta believe that.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely something to express though, because a lot of people are putting a lot of work in, and a lot of people are interested in putting some work in now.
Yeah.
So, to see collective progress is definitely something that needs to be looked at, as well as, for everybody to individually take a look at themselves too, like we said with journaling and stuff like that as well. But we also do got to take a look at, a lot of people can't see it because they're not paying attention to the right people, but a lot of people can see it because they're paying attention to the right people. So it's a good time right now to tap in and start focusing on your higher self right now.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. There's a lot of things going on in the world, so you definitely have to get on a higher frequency. It's vital. It's very important right now.
Yeah, definitely. And like Shar said, definitely get rid of those negative energies around you. They may cloak themselves as if they really care and they pretend like they a friend and they want to be around you, but you'll notice if they make your whole emotional, financial, spiritual, everything decline, get rid of that energy. Get rid of that person. That is not your person. That's not your friend. That's nothing to you,
Yeah.
honestly. You got to start learning how to discern and stop allowing. We allow because I get, what do they call it? Benefit of the doubt. Oh, that person, she went through this and he went through that. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
give him another chance.
Yeah.
That's staying in a abusive relationship. Stop doing that to yourself because you don't deserve that. We don't deserve that, but we're learning. This is a classroom. Earth is a classroom, right?
Yeah.
Earth is ghetto as F, but it's a classroom,
Yeah.
right? So you gotta be willing to be a student, like Design said. You gotta be willing to keep learning. We don't know it all, and none of us are perfect. Everybody fell short. We just gonna keep working back up to where we belong. Up, 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 up. It goes up. Don't let people keep bringing you down, and then you get depressed, and then you're blaming yourself for allowing that person to get you depressed, right?
Yeah.
We do
Yeah.
that. And then it's like you got to forgive yourself. And now I don't want to forgive myself because I'm angry. I can't even hear or see anything because I see red. I'm angry, right? So you don't want to get to that point. Like don't stay angry. Don't stay in that stuck in that mode, right? Eventually just pay attention to the signs. Pray for signs to be revealed to you. And God will reveal to you what needs to be revealed.
Mm.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Before we close out, what I got to say to the people is that every battle is not meant to be fought, and constructive criticism is not an attack. Pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. Amen.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
it. We getting ready to close out. We definitely getting ready to close out. We want to thank you, Shaw, for joining us.
Thank you.
It's definitely great to have a discussion like this. We want to make sure people tune into what's the name of the books again?
So I have masks, why we wear them, and the effects they have on our day-to-day lives. I have Here you go, sis, the blueprint to his soul. That's about how to treat your man better. And then we also have Unmasked for the men and for the woman. And you can find me on social media across all platforms. Also, my website says what she wants across all platforms. charcurry.com is the
All
website.
right.
And thanks y'all so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sure, thank
Shout out
you.
to Creative Collection here sounding out, y'all. Shout out to all of the sponsors. They're gonna be up on the screen. We see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.
Appreciate you.